Hello and welcome to Workers and Resources Top 10 Mods for New Players. So I've been scrolling through the workshop thinking like, what sort of mods should you start with? And I've come up with a list of 10 that I think are great for new players to the game and that aren't going to affect the gameplay too much. So we're purposely staying away from industry, power, all that jazz, even residential, education, fire, healthcare. We're not going to go into those mods in too details. We're just looking at mods that are going to assist and help you with potentially your first or second playthrough in the game, maybe your first when you're starting to notice some of the problems. So if we come in on the map here, what you're going to see is this first mod here. This is the small transformers and four-way switch. What these give you that the vanilla game doesn't is this switch here. It gives you a pass-through for your large voltage lines, as well as giving you a nice little out for two medium voltage lines, which is brilliant for connecting your towns. You can pass the voltage through, and they're perfect for connecting onto the next part of this mod, which is this four-way switch here. See that gives you a good 3 branches to branch off and feed power to your town, and it's smaller than the vanilla one. You do get a 3-way switch, but then you've only got 2 outs. This just gives you that extra one, which is a great help, and I find it's really useful with planning your cities. Now we're going to move on to the next one. Now this is the Forklift Station mod. What this does that the vanilla one doesn't, it gives you double the capacity and it enables you to keep it compact. And that's kind of like a theme we're doing here is I want you to be able to save space on your city and be able to feel like you can get things to flow. I found it quite hard to get things to fit in and line up when I first started building. So hopefully these will help that. So moving on, the next one, this is the Forklift Road Crossing. And this does exactly what it says on the tins. It's going to enable you to have a road crossing on your forklifts, which is going to be great for lining your buildings up and everything like that as well. And then we have the reciprocant of this, which is the rail forklift crossing. This does the same, but for your trains, and it would just make life a lot easier when you're trying to plan your industry out. Now, as you will have noticed, we have these lovely little buildings here. This is the farm fueling station pack. These are really cool. I like these a lot. If we get in nice and close here, like you can see, we've got 5 different variants, and they're just color variants. And what you will find is when you're farming is you have to fuel your vehicles if you have that turned on, and you're going to be fighting to fit the vanilla size in there. That's quite big for what you really need on the farm. They've got a slightly smaller capacity, which is really good, and that's going to help you a lot. Now, staying with the fuel theme, if we move on over here, we've got the gas station mod pack. Now, this does add 14 gas stations to the map, but they're of variant size, and I think they all accept trolley buses, which is great. Or there's a trolley bus variant. They start off really small, just with like the 2 station bay, and then it will expand up. See, we've got 3 bays, 4 bays, and then we can get even bigger here. We've got ones that are on like the horizontal. I really like the horizontal ones. And then yeah, we definitely have a trolley variant. I can tell now we've got more than one of them. And then as you get bigger, what you'll start to get is a one-way and a one-way system through that, which is going to really help because you start getting distribution centers up. If you've watched my playthrough, then you will see there I've set up a highway system, and I'm probably going to have to update to this variant, I reckon, just to allow for the extra vehicles. But we'll see how that goes in the series. But if you haven't checked out, guys, the link is below if you want to. You can see they do get really big, which is going to be great for when you have a lot of vehicles going through. And this is my favorite one, the big boy here. And that's going to really help your town. Now I've got the next mod is a really fun mod, and this is the canteens mod. I really like this one because what it gives you, it offers just a little bit of variety as you're building in your towns. What you're going to notice is as you're building, the buildings are very samey. So these, you can deliver food and meat to your citizens. I don't think they don't do clothes and electronics, which is fine because you can always have something bigger, or you can use your transport system to give that to your citizens. And I just like the different models here. It offers you a nice bit of variety in that. Now this mod we're coming to next is something I came across recently that I really like. And this is the Pedestrians mod, Pedestrians Crossing mod. And this is really, really good because what it enables you to do, as you can see here, we've got these 2, as an example, these 2 oil storage setup, and it enables you to give the impression that people are able to cross the road. Now, what they actually function as are bus stops, which is fine, and it's great. So you can use this as a bus stop, and that's what they're great for at, say, your oil refinery here. This will be where people will get off and venture to workspace. Then we have a bigger one here, which looks a bit more like a bus stop, and this is for your coal plants or oil and all your processing there. That's really good. And then if you look at the back here, what I've done is you can also use it for your forklifts as well. So we set this little underpass up here, and that will, again, it works as a bus stop. So I don't know how that would work with roads next to it, but at least it gives you the impression that people are going to be walking under and over and can pass through. The people in game do pass through it, but they tend to congregate at them because they do function like bus stops, and this is just another simple overpass here without any cargo passing through it, which is really cool. I like these a lot. Now moving on to the next mod. So I believe this mod that we're coming to now is definitely a must-have. And once you start setting up your industry, you're going to realize conveyors are really hard to pass over roads. Well, they're not hard, they're just fiddly. And what these mods enable you to do is this mod particular enables you to be able to do is just pass your cargo over the roads and or trains. So you've got quite a few different variants. You've got single road, you've got a single rail and double road. Double rail, double road, you've got single rail, single road, double rail, single road, as you can see, lots of different ones. These are really cool. Makes life so much easier when you're planning your industry, especially when you combine it with the forklift mod as well. Helps you a lot there. Now, the last mod we're coming to is probably the biggest and the most expansive mod pack that you get in here. So what we'll do is we'll start with the passenger stations over here. So you've got lots of different variants from these. You've got them with or without bus stops. As you can see, these two is you've got a single stop with about a bus stop and a double platform. Wow, words. Double platform without a bus stop. We'll get there. Then you also have a trolley stop variant, so you can have buses or the trolley buses come through, which is great. And they gradually get bigger with a greater capacity as you go through that, until you get to these grandiose ones here. Now, I believe it has 1,300 capacity, and which is great. That's exactly what you're going to need for your big cities. With this one here potentially at 960, I think, which is really good, which is going to help a lot. Now if we head over to our cargo side of things, so we'll start over here. So the first item we have here, this is a bus cargo depot office, which is bigger than the vanilla one, which you're gonna need. And then these three little things here are awesome. So you've got two fuel offloading, which are these two here. And they're going to be really great for like rural or just out there, very isolated areas for offloading and unloading of trains. But you don't want a big setup for it. You just want to be able to funnel the train through, load it up and move it off. Same here. This is an aggregate unloading. Exactly the same. Great for gravel, I suppose, or maybe even a coal or iron factory that's out there. Mine. Then we've got our freight platforms. Now these all have at least 6 forklift outputs and 1 road. So we've got plenty of variation here. So we've got 4 variants. You have got a single platform, you've got a double platform, yep, the 2 tracks, 4 tracks. That's really cool. Then what we've got here, so this is a open storage. This is where we can store it. This holds 3,500 of maximum, and the vanilla one is like 1,170. So you can see the size different there. I placed one behind it, and that's about 3 times more capacity, which is going to be great. And if when you get into building your own sort of buildings, you're going to find this really helpful. Now, staying with the construction theme here, this mod also adds 3 more buildings. We've got a really nice rural one, and this gives you, it's only 4 capacity. I think this would be great for building roads. You've got 1 bus capacity in it. That's just 4. Then we've got the medium one here. This is a capacity of 20. With the 1 bus stop on it as well. So this is when you're starting to get a bit more bigger. And the large one here, this is a capacity of 40, so it kind of scales up quite nicely there. And these are really cool. And it's all in 1 mod pack as well, so you shouldn't get too confused. Now, if you've come across any mods that you think should be used, let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on mods that you found that are really good. I'd be really interested to hear about those. If you enjoyed the video, guys, hit that thumbs up button. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you very much. Take care. Ciao.